Hi patrons, Janet Boyer here for another Tarot Lookalikes. Today we are going to discuss the keyword struggle. There are 4 cards in the tarot that often get the keyword struggle ascribed to them. And they are the 5 of Wands, 5 of Coins, 7 of Wands, and 10 of Wands. Let's start with the 5 of Wands. This is a testing your mettle card. It governs energetic interactions like team sports, amateur intramurals, goofing off, snowball fights, paintball, wrestling, dance-offs. It's a card of friendly competition and exuberance. Notice that nobody's gotten hurt yet with that card. I often call that the it's all fun and games until somebody loses an eye card. It's practicing, it's building your muscles, scrimmaging, it's teasing. There's not much at stake here. And while things could go too far, it's mostly about harmless fun and pretending to beat best friends or colleagues. It's having a boxing match, with a pair of oversized balloon gloves. Sure, there's some struggle involved in effort and stamina, but it's all fun and games. It's also a struggle of selfhood, improving yourself in an informal way. So this kind of struggle is almost isometric in nature. There's a lot of good-naturedness to it. It's often a struggle against other people to win, but not in a competition sort of way. More in a, yeah, buddy, I got you last weekend, when I scored all those hoops and you didn't get any, So that's the kind of struggle we're dealing with the 5 of Wands. Some also, by the way, ascribe this to office politics, that kind of struggling, and that is absolutely positive too. It's the jockeying for position and that kind of struggle. When 2 or more people, let's say, are after the same position and they're trying to do their best to, put their best foot forward, so to speak, and jockeying for position. So that's the kind of struggle that we're dealing with here. Now the 5 of Coins, this is one of the most heartbreaking cards of the tarot. This is a struggle against the elements and physical challenges, including injury, poverty, inadequate housing, homelessness even, or inadequate clothing, hunger. It's a struggle to survive and stay alive. So this card may also involve struggles against personal pride. That is, barely making ends meet, but too proud to apply for food stamps or other governmental aid or social services. And such destitution and material hardship can cause questioning of religion. Notice this looks like a stained glass window of a church. It can also, the material hardship can cause a person to question religion, spirituality, the church, or even God. Why does life seem unfair? Why do I have it so bad when others have it so good? And also, dealing with bad weather also presents a struggle in this card, whether it's freezing temperatures and freezing pipes, torrential rains and floods, leaky roofs, not having the clothes, tools, or protections to deal with its effects. So the kind of struggle that they're dealing with in the 5 of Coins is against the elements and the weather. Also perhaps faulty roof, construction, lack of housing, inadequate clothing, actual injury or illness and sickness, and also a spiritual struggle too, especially when trying to reconcile the fact that suffering occurs in the world and why does it, and the church should be the one theoretically that has the charity shops and the homeless shelters, I would think, and the soup kitchens, and doing what Jesus said, which is to help those who are destitute and poor. Then we have the 7 of Wands. Now this type of struggle comes after the victory card of, where the 6 of Wands is the guy riding on the horses with the laurel on the wands. And then what comes right after that? Well, it's a guy trying to fend off people. After you win something, an award or accolades or position, there's often a struggle, and the struggle is against those people who want to challenge you, or they want to dethrone you, or come against your position or status. And there is a struggle to defend your boundaries and to ward off usurpers. And since one is an energy suit, this often deals with issues of the self, self-esteem, self-assertion, self-confidence. So this card can also indicate struggles against personal attacks born of jealousy, or even outright dislike, including rumors, slander, innuendo, or lies. And so it's the struggle to be your best and stay on top in the midst of, vocational or creative challenges. It's also the struggles that follow the achievements, the winning, the success. And it's from other people who want what you have or feel that you don't deserve. Whether it's awards, popularity, an elevated position, you have people clamoring to dethrone or attack or just plain old big mouth, and to try to get them out of the position or take the position over. So that's the kind of struggle you're dealing with the Seven of Wands. The Ten of Wands, you're dealing with physical burdens. Now this could be too many chores, too many appointments, even bodily strain. You can see that he is not carrying these sticks in a very intelligent position. So there's some back-breaking labor here, chores and endeavors, incorrect lifting, trying to hold things that are too heavy or pushing your body past its limits. It could also mean tons of laundry, tons of dishes, tons of cleaning and reaching. So there's also a struggle against some stiff muscles and joints as well as the results of physical strain. And it's also a struggle without help or relief. Notice this character is all by himself trying to carry these unwieldy 10 wands. So, whether a person is taking care of children or an elderly person or chores, it's a struggle that's without help and without relief as well. And it's a struggle against exhaustion, overextension, we're shouldering too many responsibilities. So that's the 4 cards that deal with struggle. Again, the 5 of Wands is more or less the horseplay, the informal testing your mettle, maybe even lifting weights or doing some fun team sports, possibly office politics, but it's not really a serious thing, even though it could eventually turn to that. I mean, good-natured teasing could turn to bullying, and then we're entering in the 5 of Swords realm. But just on the surface, it's the snowball fights, the paintballs, the, tag football. The 5 of Coins is the struggle against the elements, weather, inadequate housing, inadequate clothing, injury, disease, illness, and sometimes the struggle against the divine, struggle against spirituality and religion, and wondering, why suffering happens in light of spiritual teachings. And then we have the 7 of Wands, where after the victory of the 6 of Wands, we have somebody that's trying to defend their position because there's people down here trying to dethrone the person or attack them or yell at them and question, why are you on top? How dare you? Who do you think you are? So this is the struggle against naysayers and the critics, people who want to have what you have, jealous people. And then the 10 of Wands is the struggle against just having too much on your plate. Too many burdens, too many chores, too many appointments, and not having any relief or help for it. And also it could be quite literally the overextension of the muscles, especially in the neck, the back, shoulders, joints, even the legs, back-breaking labor, just an overextension of too many burdens, a struggle against the body, really. And so these are the 4 cards that deal with struggle, and I hope you enjoyed today's tarot lookalike.